Gas prices have dropped over the past week in southern New England. And tonight we went straight to the DOT for answers on when pedestrians will be able to walk in the area. 4 firefighters were hurt this morning fighting this 4-alarm blaze in the Bronx. Good evening and thanks for joining us here on YNN. I'm Jennifer Mobilia. Let's take a look at what's topping the news this hour here in western New York, which is carrying about 140 passengers, is circling the airport to burn off fuel. About an hour later, another suspicious vacant house fire broke out on the city's east side.
Now, on Eyewitness News at 5:30.
E-Verify, Rhode Island lawmakers proposing to strengthen the illegal immigration law in the state.
Plus, gas prices soar. Tonight, we're taking a closer look at the sudden spike in pump prices and what experts say you can expect long term.
Tonight, a community is at odds over a bridge shut down back in December over safety concerns.
The Rhode Island DOT initially predicted the Manville Hill Road Bridge connecting Lincoln to Cumberland would only be closed until the end of this month. Now residents have learned it's going to take a lot longer. We're tracking the latest developments now on the nationwide meningitis outbreak linked to a Massachusetts pharmacy. A series of unannounced state inspections have resulted in the complete and partial closures of 11 compounding pharmacies in Massachusetts. According to the Boston Globe, one of those pharmacies is located in New Bedford. Pharmacies shut down must now submit a plan and take corrective actions before producing drugs again. The increased oversight comes after the meningitis outbreak linked to the now defunct New England Compounding Center led to the deaths of 45 people. Tonight, police in Fall River need your help tracking down a suspect linked to a series of robberies. The Pinpoint News Tracker showing you where the crimes happened at Tedeschi's Food Mart on East Main Road, Hallmark in Somerset Plaza, and the Mr. Peepers Ice Cream in Swansea. Police say this man, 33-year-old Stephen Vidina, is wanted in those robberies. His last known address is in Fall River. We're also told he has outstanding warrants in Brockton, Waltham, and Stoughton on similar robbery charges. Anyone with information should contact Fall River Police. Thank you, Jay. Tomorrow marks the 35th anniversary of the blizzard of '78, and right now on WPRI.com, the nor'easter continued for days, as many of us would remember, dumping record amounts of snow on southern New England. Check out historic photos from the storm on our website under Editor's Pick. Plus, our lifestyle expert has a recipe for a healthy breakfast smoothie to help you start off your day right. The link can be found under Your Life on our homepage. Just one day after revealing his bones were discovered, a lifelike bust of King Richard III was unveiled to the public today. The bust was created from scans of his skull, which archaeologists discovered buried underneath a parking lot in England. Richard was killed at the age of 32 while defending his crown in 1485. The king has been portrayed by Shakespeare in the recent TV series The Tudors. And coming up new at 6, probing pensions after the Target 12 investigators exposed one of the worst pension plans in Rhode Island. We uncover what's being done to fix it.
More pain at the pump for local drivers as gas prices continue to rise.
AAA of Southern New England says the average price for a gallon of regular unleaded gasoline has reached $3.66 a gallon. That's 12 cents higher than last week. Another state will begin to take advantage of collecting sales tax from an online retail giant. Amazon will begin collecting sales tax from customers in Connecticut starting this November. In return, Governor Dan Malloy says the retailer will invest $50 million in the state over the next 2 years, creating hundreds of jobs. Currently, Amazon only collects tax from 8 states nationwide, including Massachusetts.
Best advice is to stay tuned for the forecast next 2.5 days.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks, Tony.
Here at 5:30, we have more coverage you can count on Eyewitness News. Hospital robots, doctors turning to technology to provide constant care to patients distances away. We've got the details.
And coming up new at 6, new details on a Target 12 investigation. North Providence police caught on camera ordering neighborhood kids to do push-ups in the street.
As more and more patients are in need of specialized care, doctors are turning to technology to help them and to be in more than one place at a time.
It's called telemedicine, and as we're learning tonight, great strides have made it a growing staple in hospitals. Eyewitness News reporter Big Ad Shaban has the details that are new at 5:30. There's more local coverage ahead on Eyewitness News at 6.
Susan Roberts is here now with the stories you'll see new in just a few minutes.
Now on Eyewitness News at 5:30.
Soda Tax, a national consumer group, is speaking out against a proposal that would tax sugar-sweetened beverages sold in Rhode Island. Call 12 for Action speaks to the bill's sponsor and explains how it could affect you.
Plus, mission to Mars. We're learning about a local scientist playing a big role in the Mars rover mission and its research on the red planet.
But first tonight, a middle school teacher in Providence has been placed on administrative leave following her arrest over the weekend.
49-year-old Jane O'Connell was arrested by North Kingstown police Saturday night. She's accused of disorderly conduct and simple assault on an officer. Eyewitness News reporter Mara Kennedy is live in the newsroom with the details that are new at 5:30. We continue to track breaking news tonight. A hostage situation in Alabama has finally ended after 7 days. CBS News is reporting the 5-year-old hostage is safe. His kidnapper, 65-year-old Jimmy Lee Dykes, is dead. Dykes is accused of gunning down a school bus driver last Tuesday, then taking the 5-year-old boy off the bus and into an underground storm shelter where they had been ever since. Authorities are planning to brief the media shortly. We will bring you more information as it becomes available. Tonight, Massachusetts State Police have filed no charges against the driver of a tour bus that crashed into an overpass in Boston this past weekend, injuring dozens of people. The Calvary coach bus was carrying a group of high school students and adult chaperones on their way home to Pennsylvania when it slammed into the overpass on Soldiers Field Road Saturday. A 17-year-old boy remains in critical condition, while several others are recovering from serious injuries. State investigators say they're still deciding whether to cite or charge the driver. We're tracking the latest developments now on the Massachusetts drug lab scandal. A House panel has approved Governor Patrick's request for $30 million to cover costs associated with the now defunct state drug lab. It will now go on to a vote by the full legislature. Former chemist Annie Dukin is accused of fabricating test results and tampering with evidence in thousands of criminal cases, including many in southeastern Massachusetts. And coming up on Eyewitness News at 6, caught on camera, a car lot is vandalized. And wait until you find out who police have charged with the crime. Now to an incredible historic discovery. British scientists say remains found under a parking lot belonged to a notorious English king. Archaeologists found the body in September after getting permission to dig up a public car park. Now, after stringent DNA testing, scientists say without a doubt the bones belong to King Richard III, the last English king to die in battle more than 5 centuries ago.
Time now for Eyewitness News. Call 12 for Action.
A proposed tax may be hard for some of us to swallow. A Rhode Island state representative is proposing taxing sugary sweet drinks.
Problem solver Susan Hogan has more on what you can expect if this passes. She joins us now with the developing details.
Sometime after 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, we'll watch for that light snow.
All right. Thanks, Tony.
New at 5:30, we have more coverage you can count on. Coming up on Eyewitness News, Mission to Mars, how a local scientist is helping NASA conduct experiments on the red planet.
Plus, coming up new at 6, a Target 12 investigators exclusive. An officer at the Wyatt Detention Center viciously attacked by an inmate speaks out for the first time. More from our shocking interview and why the officer claims his superiors ordered him not to speak to Target 12. We have an update on our breaking news out of Alabama, where police officials have rescued a little boy held hostage in an underground bunker for a week. 65-year-old Jimmy Lee Dykes had been accused of shooting and killing a school bus driver, then taking the little boy to the shelter where they had been ever since. Officials say negotiations had broken down with Dykes today, so the FBI stormed the bunker and rescued the little boy. We will have more information on this breaking news tonight on Eyewitness News at 10 and 11.
It was nearly a year ago that the Mars Curiosity rover made its journey to the red planet.
Tonight, we're learning more about a Brown University geologist who had been contributing to the mission right from his lab in Providence. Meteorologist TJ Del Santo has the details in tonight's Green Team Report. There's more local coverage ahead on Eyewitness News at 6.
Susan Roberts is here now with the stories you'll see new in just a few minutes.